right, dude. So before we get really into the cast, how are you feeling about your fantasy season so far?
3-1. Can't complain too much.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you on that one. I mean,
Yep.
same here. I mean, I'm 4-0, so have definitely can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
You have gripes here and there, but with your
Still,
team. But yeah, it's still, I, I'm very, very happy with how my fantasy team's been doing so far.
yeah, it's waiting on that Rasheed Rice update.
Oh yeah, dude, that's tough. I mean, I'm in a fortunate situation where I have Nico Collins and Debo as well.
Yeah, at least Debo came back.
Yeah, Debo's back. Nico Collins been great, so it's like I have depth, and I picked up Tutu Atwell, who has a role now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you feeling a little under the weather?
No, just a cough.
Seasonal allergies, type
Mm.
stuff.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Sports. Boom. Save. Boom. Title updated. Back to the channel. Going to the live. And we are good to go. So, welcome, Tony. Let's get things underway, kicked off. We're week 5 of the cast now. We've had 4 weeks of NFL football, 4 weeks of fantasy. As you know, we were kind of rambling in the beginning with the pleasantries. You're 3-1. I'm 4-0. Got some strong cast members on the show this week, talk about sports. So yeah, let's get underway. I'm going to talk about the Pats and Niners game to start. Then you can talk about your first matchup, and then I'll do my second, and you do your second.
Sounds good.
So, I mean, we all expected the Niners to win this game. If anyone actually thought the Patriots were going to pull the upset, I would like to meet that person. I thought, it could be closer than what people would think, which it kind of was. Take out that pick six, Patriots only lose by a touchdown.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just, well, maybe not the touchdown, but 10 point. 10 points, which is pretty respectable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brissett had a tough day. But I mean, the Pats lost David Andrews, which is like the glue for the O line.
Yep.
Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson, even Jermichael Hasty got some burn at running back. Nothing really good out of any of them. Antonio Gibson actually had a decent day in the catching. He was 3 for 67. You had Jalen Polk 3 for 30 as well. Outside of that, everyone just had a catch or two here or there. Austin Hooper did have a touchdown. That's a little interesting. But Patriots offense was a rough show. Defense though, they had a couple. They had a sack. Did they? They had a fumble recovery or two. They had an interception. So it wasn't too bad out of the defense and special teams there. Joey Sly had a really long field goal. He was 2 for 2 with the field goals. One was a 63-yarder. I actually think Joey Sly might be the best option fantasy wise out of the Patriots. Like, I think he can get you 7 to 10 points consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Niners side, it was kind of their get right game. Niners defense exploded. Offense looked good. Brock Purdy had 288 passing yards, touchdown, did throw an interception. Jordan Mason had a Jordan Mason day, 24, 123 and a touchdown. Juwan Jennings, 3 for 88. Not, still a good day. Nothing compared to the week he had the week before. Debo coming back, 2 carries, 14 yards, 3 catches, 58 yards. He should have had like a 70-yard touchdown, but Christian Gonzalez left his assignment and had a touchdown saving tackle right there. Kittle 4 for 45 was an incredible touchdown. I think Niners offense, the Kittle, Debo, Jawan, even a little bit still, Jordan Mason. They're back on They're back on track. Ayuk still remains to be seen, but I would not worry about Niners offense and their defense. 6 sacks, a couple interceptions, fumble recovery, touchdown. I mean, the Niners defense finally was the Niners defense. So I think this is
Yep.
the game they needed to be a prolific defense again, fantasy wise. So yeah, it was. I mean, you were expecting Niners to win, which they did, and fantasy wise, there were some good numbers out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you watched the game. It was, I got kind of called out because every time there was a sack or a pick or something by the Niners D, I was like, "Oh, nice, let's go." And everyone's like, "Are you even a Pats fan?" I go, "I am, but I knew we were gonna lose the game, so I want my fantasy team to do well."
Yeah, we weren't beating the Niners.
Yeah, no shot. We could make it interesting, which we did for a little bit, but we weren't
Yeah,
gonna beat them.
You just hope our QB doesn't like die.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, he got curled up multiple times. It was tough to watch, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to talk about it because Niners needed a get-right game, and I think they finally got it. So
Yeah.
I'd be confident playing Niners players again going forward. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this first game. I don't know if you want to add anything or start on your first game.
I don't know if you heard this, but there's a chance Gibson might start over Ramondre.
I did hear that on the radio today. I mean,
I didn't know Ramondre had fumbling issues. I didn't know it was that bad.
4 straight games with a lost fumble.
Yeah, brutal.
And I think it's like 7 of the last 9 dating back to last season.
I mean, I hope Gibson starts. I have him.
Yeah.
My depth a lot.
Yeah, it's just Ramondre. Honestly, he just needs maybe just sit out the first 3 drives, clear his head, and then get him back into the game because it's just like he's becoming a Stephen Ridley.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but he's good running back, but cannot hold the ball. He ate that popcorn before the game.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah, you just hate to see it with such a talent, but sometimes it's not like I'm trying to send a message. It's like, hey, watch the flow, clear your head. 3rd drive of the game, you're gonna be bell cowing. Like, he sometimes it's just needed.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, if there's ever a game to do that, it's the Dolphins right now because their quarterback situation is interesting. But that's a different conversation. But yeah, so that's it. Let's hear about your first game.
All right, my first game is the Thursday night game. It was the Cowboys and the Giants. So this was a lot closer game than I expected. I expected to be a Dallas blowout, but the Giants definitely held their own, especially their defense. So the leader for the Giants was Daniel Jones. He had 281 yards, and he had no touchdowns and a pick. One thing Dallas did really good was they stopped the run. Their leading rusher was Devin Singletary, who had 14 carries and 24 yards. One thing the Cowboys did not do was stop Malik Neighbors, who had I think he had like 17 targets, but he went 12 catches, 115 yards. And then Wan'Dale Robinson went 11 for 71. Darius Slayton.
Big play Slay?
Darius Slayton.
Yeah, big play Slay.
Yep. Very rare that he's actually healthy, so good on him. He had 3 for 56. And then Tyrone Tracy had a catch, and Singletary had a catch. And the big news out of this game was Neighbors getting a concussion. If he's out, I think Wan'Dale Robinson's going to be a pretty good play because target's got to go to somebody. So if Neighbors ends up having to miss a game, I think it'd be a solid play. And for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott went 22 for 27, 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not a lot of rushing yards on the Dallas side of the ball either. Rico Dowdle was the leader with 11 carries for 46 yards. Zeke Elliott went 5 carries for 19 yards. The leading receiver was CeeDee Lamb, who went 7 for 98 and a touchdown. And then the second receiving leader was Jake Ferguson, who went 7 for 49. I think Dallas looked a lot better despite winning only by 5. Their run D was great. I think it was Dallas I think it's also a get-right game for Dallas. They looked a lot better. I do think their offense is eventually going to be better than what it is. and but definitely for their defense, it was Dallas defense. It was definitely get right because they really stopped the run and they stopped. Other than the big play, the 39-yard catch by Neighbors, they honestly they held the big plays in check.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's starting to be that time. It's like weeks 4, week 5, week 6. It's those preseason predictions are finally starting to pan out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're 100% right on the get right because Cowboys D is known to be a good stout defense. So
Yep.
the fact that they're finally kind of like getting there, it's good to see.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Also, any news about CD? Is he healthy? Is he hurt? What's going on?
He's good.
Okay. Because, yeah, I'm going to be honest
Uh,
with you. I missed most of Thursday Night Football because, little side story, in this setup, you've been in my basement before. So, my
yep.
setup's right next to the brick wall. I was watching Thursday Night Football. It was around the second quarter. Corner of my eye, see a little dark gray thing scurry across the floor. And I was like, what the? Yeah, I had a mouse. I had to spend the next little bit setting up traps and everything. Missed a good chunk of the game. So I didn't really
Mm-hmm.
know anything about Thursday Night Football. So I knew CD got, was it Thursday night or the week before? He got hurt for a little bit. I don't know if he ever came back or not. So I wasn't
Nope.
sure. And I know you're a CD owner, so I knew you would know.
Yeah, he's good. There's not even a check engine light on
Oh,
YouTube. So.
thank God. No check engine light on.
Nope.
Dude,
Just Evan Ingram. Just Evan Ingram for me now.
dude, the fact that in week 1 of fantasy he had CEL his name next to his name, I was like, dude, it's got a check engine light. Oh,
I'm like, did he? Jesus.
I should have.
Well,
I
he's
should have.
good now.
Yeah, I should have saved that photo, dude. That was a riot. But
Mm-hmm.
all right, sorry for the little tangent thing. It just kind of sparked a moment in my head. But yeah, do you have anything? I don't really have anything to add on because I missed most of that game because of outside influences. Um,
There was a lot of penalties in that game. It was
ugh.
not a high quality game. So if you're gonna miss a game, that was probably
It was like week 1, KC Baltimore with a 25 offensive line illegal.
a lot of penalties.
Oh
It was
gosh.
brutal.
All right. Well, I'm glad I missed that. Anything else you have on that game?
No, that's really it. To be honest.
All right. All right. So the next game I want to talk about is the second Monday night game, the Seahawks at Lions.
Oh
This
yeah.
was a great game to watch. I mean,
Oh yeah.
both teams had offenses balls to the wall. Didn't the score doesn't really show it because it was 42-29, but it felt like it was a 42-40 game. It was great. It was really enjoyable. Seahawks on the losing effort. Gino had 395 passing yards, only had one passing touchdown, and he did throw a pick. But the big story of the day is the Kenneth Walker hat trick. Three
Oh,
touchdowns. I know you Tony doing a little. Oh my God, my webcam froze. All right, we're good. Tony, you had the little moonwalk backwards, chugging the beer. That was a great little thing. But 12 carries, 80 yards, and 4 catches, 36 yards. So outside of those touchdowns, he had like a midday, but those 3 touchdowns just catapulted him up.
oh yeah.
Yeah, DK Metcalf had a great day, 7 for 104. Lockett had 5 for 61. JSN had 8 for 51. So in PPR leagues, those were fine. Like respectable numbers. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had Charbonnet, Bobo, a couple other, with some stuff. AJ Barner with a random touchdown. That didn't really help anyone, but that was kind of, Geno owners are happy about that. Lions side, this is the fun part. So, little backstory. I predicted Goff to throw 3 touchdowns. He kind of sort of got that. He is 18 for 18 with 292 passing and 2 touchdowns. However, he had a 7-yard touchdown catch. He pitched it back to Amon-Ra, and then he did the I forget what it's called. People say the Philly shuffle now or whatever, so to speak. Because he wheeled out, Amon-Ra threw across the field to him for a touchdown. So he was essentially part of 3 passing touchdowns. So I called it. But yeah, Amon-Ra had a 7-yard passing touchdown, but Amon-Ra also had 6 catches, 45 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown. Jameson Williams had a bomb of a touchdown catch. 7. So So it's funny. I had JMO in my streamer league, and he made me get within 1 point. But my
Yep.
opponent had Seattle D, who got a sack for a safety, is what solidified my loss, which was kind of
Brutal.
yeah. I was like, oh my god. Running on the running game though, and the two-headed monsters, Jameer Gibbs, 14 for 78, 2 touchdowns. Demont, he had 12 carries for 40 yards, but I mean, he had some like I feel like every single one of Demont's rushes were for first downs or a touch or the one touchdown. I don't think
Yeah.
he like ever had a run like it was like 3rd and 4 run touchdown, 2nd and 5 run like well not 3rd and 4 like 3rd and 4 run first down, 2nd and 5 run first down. You know at the goal line touchdown. You know what I mean? Like I don't like he had like quality runs, but he didn't have a ton of rushing
Hmm.
yards.
Yeah.
So, it's yeah. I just think the Lions' offense is clicking now, and that's the whole reason why I drafted Jared Goff. They're on bye week now, which stinks because they just got hot, and let's see if they
Hmm.
week 6 they can come back and stay hot. But it
Yeah.
was. What I mean? The Lions' offense is what we were expecting, and now they're there, which is great. I wouldn't be worried about Seattle. They're 3-1, but their offense still looks great. Their defense looked fine. It's just I don't think anyone was stopping the Lions Monday night this week.
Yeah. They were just they were on a roll.
Yeah, they were for sure. That's all I got for this matchup. I don't know if you have anything you want to add in on it.
Um, I don't think so. No, Kenneth Walker getting 3 touchdowns was sick though.
Yeah, I'm sure you were super stoked because you almost had to change your team name to the questionables because you had like 8 people with a Q tag at one point.
I've had at least 3 people questionable.
When I looked, you had both wide receivers, both running backs, and your tight end with a questionable tag last week, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I did.
Tony's probably pulling his hair out.
Only missed one. Only one of them missed, but he's the one I expected to be out.
Yeah.
He hasn't played since week 1.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Did the good old pull his hammy 10 minutes for the game.
Yeah. Well, Evan Ingram,
Yeah, it was warm ups. He pulled his hamstring. He's been out of week
it was
2.
like
He's been out of
yeah, it was like 11:30 in the morning. Like I just got to Morris's and he's like, "Yeah, Evan Ingram pulled his hammy." I was like, "Oh, hope Tony finds out."
I started their backup one week and he scored.
Brenton Strange, baby.
I did.
Um, but yeah, so let's hear about the second game you kind of want to highlight and talk about.
We got the Falcons and the Saints game. The Falcons won by 2 points. So the main theme of this game was the ghost of Arthur Smith. He arrived, and you think he's gone, but he's alive and well because Tyler Algier had more carries than Bijan Robinson. So he's alive and well. The ghost returned.
Mm-hmm.
8 carries for 60 yards for Tyler Algier, and then Bijan only had 7 for 28.
So wait, what did Tyler have?
8 carries for 60 yards, and Bijan Robinson went 7 for 28.
8 for 60. I mean, kind of makes
That's
sense.
good.
Yeah, that's
I know.
that's a good clip. So go with the hot hand, I guess. But I understand where you're coming from as well.
I mean that was the struggle. And then Kirk Cousins had 238 passing yards and an interception with no touchdowns. And the other reason I say it's the ghost of Arthur Smith is number 8 on the Falcons. Didn't catch a ball. 0 for 0
Wow.
and 0.
Did it show how many targets he had?
I don't know. I played against him. AB had Kyle, and he put up a bagel.
Let's see.
look
Let's
real
see.
3 targets.
3 targs. Okay, so at least he got some targs. He wasn't completely lost out there, but
No,
still, you got to come down with something.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's terrible stuff.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
4 overall. I think he's gonna be like an Eric Ebron though. I think he's gonna leave the Falcons. He's gonna have that one good year, and then he's just gonna go back to the gutter. I think he's doing the Ebron route.
I think he's gonna go on more of a Mercedes Lewis route. Just have like a 15-year career with like 9 different teams.
Maybe.
I think he's gonna be more of that.
Maybe.
But
Right. Well, anyway. So the leading receiver for the Falcons was Drake London, who went 6 for 64. I hope he takes it easy this week. And then you get Darnell Mooney, who went 3 for 56, and Ray McLeod, who's honestly been pretty solid this year, had 6 receptions for 52 yards. And then Bijan went 4 for 46, and Ellinger went 2 for 20. And when you look at the Saints side of the ball, Derek Carr went 28 for 36, 239 yards, and an interception. Alvin Kamara went 19 for 77 and a touchdown. And
Not
he
bad.
got vultured by Taysom Hill, who went 6 for
Ooh.
24 and 2. I
Yep.
got GG'd. I kind of expected that. So, whatever.
You were
So
expecting the Taysom Hill day, though.
I got GG'd on Thursday night. Of course I was.
Yeah, I mean, you were expecting a Taysom Hill game. It was only a matter of time before it happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna be the week I got GG'd on Thursday.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm lucky I got 21 out of Kamara, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And then Olave went 8 for 87. He got tackled at the. Pretty sure he got tackled at the 1 towards the end of the game with a minute left, and
He
Kamara
did.
ran it in.
It was like he was like pushed out of bounds.
I thought they were gonna give it to Taysom again. I'm like, dude.
Well, he got
come on,
hurt. He
again.
left in the second quarter.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Taysom Hill got hurt and left in the second quarter. I don't think he returned.
Yep. So Olave had 8 for 87. Rashid Shaheed had 8 for 83, and then Kamara had 7 catches for 42 yards. That was a hell of a game because Kamara scored with a minute left. Then Kirk drove him down the field with a minute left, and Younghoe Koo hit the game-winning field goal. So that was a hell of a game, big divisional matchup. Yeah, that was a game that really caught my eye.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean those NFC South divisional games are actually, I mean that's considered usually considered the worst division in the league, but those divisional games are always fun to watch.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I pretty much I don't really have anything else to say on that. If you're good with that, we can move on.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Alrighty. So I know we didn't really talk about our studs and duds of the week, so we might have some overlappers. I don't know. But we'll start. My first stud, I'll go my 2 studs. You'll go your 2 studs. I'll go my dud. You go your dud. Just to keep it on par. So my first stud, I had to go Baker Mayfield. Dude's been cooking this season. He kept it up. 347 passing yards, 2 touchdowns passing. He had 4 rushes, 10 yards, and a rushing touchdown as well. He's cooking. If you drafted Baker or you got him picked him up after week 1, that's sharp. Great play.
Yep.
He's been a stud in fantasy. Yeah, he had a bad week, but everyone has a bad week, like week 2. Or was it week 3? I don't remember, but he did have a bad week. But generally speaking, he's been really good this season. My second stud, I had to go San Francisco D. Kind of biased. I have him. They had 24 fantasy points, 6 sacks, an interception, 2 fumbles, and a touchdown from the interception. That's the Niners that you're expecting. I mean, obviously not that eccentric, but you're expecting a couple sacks, pick, fumble here and there, maybe a touchdown. They really haven't done that this season. This is this is what I mentioned earlier. All cylinders. They cooked this week. So, San Fran D's back, and I had to give him the second stud slot. Let's hear what who your studs are.
My first stud, I'm going to be biased, is that running back on Seattle who hat-tricked. He went 12. First game back, missed a couple weeks. He went 12 for 80 and 3 touchdowns against the Lions run D, which has been elite so far this year. Might be the best, to be honest.
Arguably,
so him getting a hat trick against like the best run D, that's insanity, and good on him. And that whole game was just awesome, and seeing him score 3 was incredible. He's my stud of the week. Getting a hat trick against one of the best run Ds in the league, like you got to give it to him.
Yeah, I tip my hat to you, sir.
Yes, sir. My other stud is Younghoe Koo, who had 20 fantasy points. He hit 2 50-yard field goals and 2 40-yard field goals, including the game winner.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was the best kicker this week. He had put up 20. including a game winner. So he's definitely my special team stud of the week.
Absolutely. Did you see after he kicked it, and after it went through? Did you see what he did?
No.
He literally pulled a Stephon Diggs, took his helmet off, and just threw it to his left. And the memes were like,
awesome.
"Dude thinks he's Stephon Diggs." I was like, he has been an electric kicker in his career, so he deserves to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so duds now.
Yep.
My dud. To be fair, weather played a big factor in this game, but my dud is Brees Hall. He had 10 carries for 4 yards, 2 catches for 14 yards. He had like 3 fantasy points. It was not a good day out of him. I mean, to be fair, it was not a good day out of anyone on the Broncos or the Jets, but you expect the running game to do a little bit better in a rainy weather game.
Yeah, you're the Jets. You have to win that game.
Yeah, if you're the Jets, you have to win that game. You have 2 top 20 running backs in Brees Hall and arguably Braylon Allen. You got to win that game. You got to pound the rock, get better. I mean, it's the Broncos. Yeah, they have a decent front 7, but like you got to have Brees. You got to have more than 4 rushing yards, dude.
Yeah.
So
sure.
that's my dud of this week. I'm sure he'll bounce back. I mean, it's Brees Hall. There are some rumors that they might fade away from him on goal line play, but he's known to have big chunk run plays, like 25, 30, 40, 45-yard run plays down the sideline. So, like, fantasy owners, don't worry about Brees. He'll be fine. Yeah, he might get vultured by Braylon Allen here and there, but he's still going to be a fine fantasy option. Bad week by both teams in general, but that's my dud. Brees Hall.
Yep. My dud is in the Dolphins game. It was also a running back who didn't get a lot. It was Devin Achane, who had 10 carries for 15 yards. He did also have 3 catches for 14, but like, I mean, he was a huge dud. He's supposed to be like one of their big weapons along with Tyreek and Waddle, and none of them did it. You could argue all of them are duds, to be honest.
Fair.
But yeah, HN, like, he was even worse than them. Like, he was just terrible. And, like, people were saying, like, he was a league winner. I mean, I get Tua got hurt, but you got to do a little more than that. I think that's just bad.
I was kind of fading Dolphins players in the draft this year because it's like, if everyone's healthy, too many mouths to feed. If there's an injury, it's going to fall apart. There was an injury, look what's happening. So, like, that's why I was kind of fading them. And pretty much everything you said is what I essentially feared, and sure enough, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's our studs and duds of this week. We're actually going to now talk about our bold predictions for players upcoming this week. My bold prediction, what it is, divisional matchups, NFC South, AFC South. Those are very interesting divisional matchups. Mine is reference to an AFC South rivalry matchup. It's Colts, Jaguars. Those are always interesting games. Mine is, I think Trevor is going to throw over 250 passing yards, which he has not done yet this year. I think his highest is 220, but he's been averaging like 180 a game. I think he's going to throw for more than 250 passing yards, but I think the Jags are still going to lose to the Colts, but I think he's actually going to have a pretty good day offensively. But it's 250 plus passing yards.
Yeah, I could definitely see him doing well. Like, divisional games are definitely more unpredictable, so I could totally see him doing that.
Yeah, it's also.
Is A-Rich gonna?
I'm sorry.
Unrelated. Is A-Rich playing, or is it Flacco? I think Flacco honestly might be better. So he might have longer possessions.
Let's see. Anthony Richardson was limited in practice today.
Gotcha.
So it's a little early to tell. Oh my gosh, if Flacco goes down, their next quarterback in line is Sam Ellinger.
I can't believe he's still in the league.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But yeah, so my streamer league, I have one person on PUP and I have like 4 people questionable. That is tough. So yeah, I mean, if it's Joe Flacco at quarterback, I think it's gonna be an air raid day. They're in Indianapolis too. It's in a dome, so perfect weather condition. I think it could be bombs away in that game. So that's why I really like Trevor Lawrence. That's my bold prediction. I think he's going to throw a lot of passing yards.
My poll prediction is going to be the Stephon Diggs' line is pretty low. He's in a revenge game, and his line is like, I think it's anything over 60 yards is plus money. I think he gets 90 plus and a score pretty easily. I think he has a big day against Buffalo. I think he's going to be super motivated. And I think the Stephon Diggs revenge game is on. I think he's going to way outperform his line. I wouldn't say it was a bold prediction if the line was like 80 and I say 90, but like 60 plus receiving yards is plus money. So I'm going to say 90.
All right. That is a bold prediction. Absolutely. Speaking of gambling and betting, let's talk about the predictions last week, the bets of the week, and the three-way parlays. So, I had my buddy Dave on the cast last week. His prediction was Dave Montgomery. His bet of the week was Dave Montgomery anytime. That hit. My bet of the week was Chiefs minus 7.5. They only won by 7, so that did not hit. Am I correct?
Yeah, the Chiefs won. They won 17-10.
Yeah, so the minus 7.5 it makes the bet lose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not good with spreads, but I liked that 7.5. I thought they were going to win by 10. So, yeah, that was wrong, though. My three-way parlay was Jamar anytime, Brees anytime, Kyron anytime. Brees did not score, so unfortunately my parlay did not hit. Dave, my guest, he said Steelers minus 1.5, Miami plus 1.5, Caleb 200 plus passing yards. I don't think any of those three hit. So we went into the season. The bankroll was at minus $3.25 gambling because our unit is $1 on the predictions. So we went from $1.25 in the bank to negative $3.25 in the bank. Let's fast forward to where we're at bankroll this week. We had 1 of 4 hit, so we got a little money back, but overall we lost. So our bankroll is now at negative $4.51. It's been a rough start gambling. We've had a few hits, few misses, but this week we're gonna go 4 for 4, Tony. So we're gonna be back in the positives, baby. So
all right.
First bet that I know is gonna hit is I have Colts plus 3 at minus 115.
Ooh, I like that. Is this the parlay or the?
This is just the bet of the week. Like, smash this bet, the single bet.
Oh, mine's Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown.
Okay, so your bold prediction is kind of factored into your bet of the week.
Yeah, I think he's gonna kill it.
Do you know what the betting is at Diggs anytime?
Plus 150.
Oh my gosh, that's electric. That is, I think it should be like a plus 110, but plus 150 is pretty good.
Yeah, he's only like 25 less than like Tank Dell's plus 175. Like
wow. So yeah, my bet of the week is Colts plus 3. Yours is Stephon Diggs anytime. I like both of those. Those definitely are very, very interesting bets to, definitely interesting bets to have and hit. I think those are going to be smashes, to be honest with you. But let's fast forward now to our three-way parlay of the week. So I'm going to start with mine. I've been kind of toning back the parlays a little bit because I just need one to hit. So this parlay, it's 3 anytimes. I parlayed them together. So I have a Debo anytime. I think he's gonna get pay dirt this week. You know, he's missed a couple games. Had a limited role last week. Did well. They're against Arizona. Usually it's high scoring affairs in that game. Debo anytime. That's minus 105. The next bet in this parlay, he didn't get one last week, so I think he's due this week. I think DK Metcalf scores again. That bet alone is plus 130. And then my third leg is Jaden Daniels anytime. He's usually good for at least one a week. His is plus 125. Parlay all 3 of them together. It's a plus 910 for those 3 anytimes. That's a really enticing parlay amount, and all 3 of them can easily get it. So
Yeah.
that is my three-way parlay of the week. I think it's a must bet.
Yeah,
I think that
I do agree.
parlay is very, very, that's like a super beef with sauce and mayo. Like you just
Oh yeah.
gobble that parlay down, baby.
Oh yeah. So I'll read mine. This is there's some matchups that I really like that I
Hmm.
decided to put together. The whole parlay is plus 585,
Okay,
and I'll
okay,
read the individual ones as well.
all right.
One bet I really like. I like the Cowboys plus 2.5
Oh wow,
against the Steelers.
there
I think that's. I think Dallas is just a better team than Pittsburgh.
how
Pittsburgh, I think, is gonna.
is it at Heinz Field?
Yes, it is. It's the Sunday night game. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I can kind of understand. Plus 2.5 though.
Yeah,
All right, what's that bet at?
minus 108.
Okay, I just don't think. I think it should be like a +1 if anything. I I mean, yeah, Steelers are 3-1, but like it's
Yeah,
the defense doing it. I don't think the defense is going to be able to hold off the Cowboys. I think the
yeah,
Cowboys are finally starting to get in a groove. I mean, that's a good start to the parlay. I like how you
yeah.
caught that. What's the next one?
I like Packers minus 3 against the LA Rams.
Okay. What's that at?
Minus 118.
See, that's the one. That'd be the one leg I'm a little worried about because you can. What I found out is don't bet against the Rams this season. Yeah, they have a ton of
Yeah,
injuries, but they just keep doing it.
I know, but I don't know. I like that.
I respect the bet. I'll still do it. Like I'd still tailor it. But that's if there's one leg to worry about. For mine, it'd probably be the Jaden Daniels leg. But if there's one, I
Yeah.
think it's probably that one. But you're probably right. You know your pack.
No,
You know your Cowboys. You know your Falcons. So
yep. Unfortunately, I know my Falcons. Yes. Um, so the other bet is the leg that I'm the most concerned about. I have Saints plus 5.5 versus Kansas City. I think KC drops one. They've just been injured a lot. They're
yeah.
just really hurt. I think they drop one.
What's that bet at?
Minus 108, and then the combined is plus 585.
Yeah, I mean no Pacheco, no Rasheed. I think they lost an O lineman as well. No, I mean they've never had Hollywood Brown, but he's done for the year. Like they're hurting on offense, and Carson Steele's not cutting it. They have Kareem Hunt,
Yeah,
but he's getting up there in age, so it's like
yeah,
it's gonna happen unless Kelsey has a god performance. Like it's gonna happen soon.
yeah.
So I mean
Yeah.
that's a good
Hollywood
parlay. It's
Brown.
over 500. I like the legs. The middle leg is the one I'd be the worried about the most. Um,
Yep.
but I do like that parlay. I do like that three-way. It's like it's like a super beef. No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's like a big beef, not a super beef. It's good. It's big. It's good. It'll be
Yep.
it'll be delicious if it hits. Um, but I like it. I like it.
I still can't believe the Hollywood Brown. They said he signed like a prove it contract.
Yeah.
They said he's gonna be out just a week, and then he's out for the year. Like he was my receiver 4 on my fantasy team. I'm like, oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. It was like Juju with the Pats 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But
Well, Juju at least played.
yeah, but he was playing hurt all season.
I know, but he played.
Yeah.
So,
But
on the field's on the field.
yeah. Well, those are some good enticing parlays. I like that a lot. I'm gonna lock that in there so I can review it next week. All right. We churned along like usual, Tony. We rapid fire every time we're on.
Yep.
I love it. Let's take a look at our matchups. I'm gonna
Let's do it. Let me pull up yours.
Yeah. Let me pull up yours as well.
I got a big one with Morris.
Yeah. Battle of the 3-1s. Um, I will go first based off the starting lineups right now. So quarterbacks, you have Kyler Murray, and you're going up against Jaden Daniels. I like Jaden Daniels purely because of
Yeah.
matchup.
I was very volatile. That's fair.
Exactly, and then Jaden Daniels is just facing Cleveland, so who knows what's going to happen with Cleveland on any given Sunday. Wide receivers, he's got Justin Jefferson and Drake London. You got CeeDee Lamb and Olave. I'm giving a 51-49% edge to your wide receivers.
Okay, I'll take that.
Justin Jefferson. I still am not fully 100% on Minnesota. I'm like 95%, but I don't know. They might come back down to earth any minute now.
Yeah.
Drake London, boom or bust. Olave, he's kind of boomy busty, but less than Drake London in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When it comes to running backs, he's got James Conner and Zach Charbonnet right now.
Mm-hmm.
You got Alvin Kamara and Kenneth Walker. I love your matchup way more than his matchups at running backs. So far edge at running backs for you. Tight ends, he's got Kincaid. You allegedly have Evan Ingram. I'm giving the tight end edge to Morris. You know,
Of course, because he hasn't played. So.
Exactly.
Don't blame you.
In the flex, he's got DK Metcalf. You got Keenan Allen. He's got the Ty Dillinger projection, the even 10. You just never see that. I'm giving edge to DK as well.
I would too.
Yeah. Kickers, he's got McPherson. You got Butker. This technically is a coin flip in my opinion, but I'm only gonna give the edge to Butker because he's gonna be in a dome.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. He's got Minnesota D. You got Houston D. I'm edging Minnesota D.
I'm probably going to do a switch very soon.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I'm just saying, as of right now, I'm giving edge to Minnesota. Yeah, benches. He's got a full running back bench. So it's like, if there's going to be some switches and whatnot, I got to edge the bench to you because you just have more options. He just only has running backs. But yeah, I think this projectometer literally 50-50 split. I think that's pretty on spot. So it's going to be a fun one to watch. It's a third and fifth overall in the league right now. So that's very interesting. All right, now time for you to talk about my matchup.
All right. So you're playing the other Anthony in our lead?
Whoa, no. It's Antony. Because you won the battle of the age. You're Anthony. He's Antony right now.
Okay, Antony versus Hanson. The first thing we got is Jordan Love versus Trevor Lawrence. This is probably, I'll be honest, this might be his only advantage. Actually, other than maybe kicker or special team. This might be his only advantage in the matchup. I would take Jordan Love over Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
He's just a better player.
Yep.
More upside. Trevor's just he's just mid. The receivers, you got Mike Evans and Jaden Reed versus Nico Collins and Deebo Samuel. I'm going Nico Collins and Deebo Samuel.
Hell yeah.
I will say if Jordan Love has a bad game, he's if Jaden Reed doesn't if he's not the guy that's catching the balls from Jordan Love, I think you're gonna win pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
He needs that combo to carry him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still give you the edge because your receivers I think are just more consistent. Mike Evans is good, but Nico Collins has been better. So the running backs, yeah, you have Breece Hall and Aaron Jones. He has Rashad White and Ramondre Stevenson. The biggest advantage is your running backs. Ramondre Stevenson might get benched, and Rashad White is in a battle with Bucky Irving, who Ant also has on his team. So both of them are fighting to keep their jobs, and when you have that, plus your number one overall pick hasn't played yet, it can be very tough. So the biggest advantage is your running backs significantly by far. For tight end, I think it's a coin flip. It's Cole Kmet versus Dave Njoku. I'm gonna go. They're both questionable. I think this is a coin flip. I'm giving the slight edge to. I'd probably give the slight edge to Kmet right now because he's played and Njoku hasn't.
Yeah.
But it's basically a coin flip. The flex matchup, another tough one. This is Tyler Lockett versus Jerome Ford. Both of them have favorable matchups. Actually, you got the Lockett against the Giants and Ford against the Commanders. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Jerome Ford because I think JSN's the gonna lock in as the wide receiver too. I think he's better than Lockett at this point, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
give the slight edge to Jerome Ford. Um, and then you got kicker. You got Cairo Santos versus what's this guy's Austin Seibert. I'll probably go Santos because he's playing the Chicago's playing the Panthers. If they don't do anything this week, when will they?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go Santos. And then you got Miami defense against the Patriots, which is going to be the gutter battle of the week. And then you have the 49ers against Arizona. So Miami's projected 9, San Francisco's projected 6.7. I think it's going to be closer than that, but Miami and the Patriots is going to be a gutter battle. You've got to give the slight edge
Yeah.
to the Dolphins. But overall, I think your advantage at running backs is going to carry you over the top.
No, absolutely.
That's your biggest advantage.
Yeah. The two positions where you had the quarterback and tight end where you were like it's like my starting quarterback is on bye and my starting tight end's on bye as well. But like I did pick up Ty Conklin because if Njoku doesn't go, I need a tight end, which I was fully expecting you to say that because those are the two positions. I was like, and then it's like I have Buffalo D, but they're also facing Houston. That could be air raid offense. So it's like my quarterback, tight end, and defense. I've been so torn on this week because I was like tough matchups, or I just don't have someone, so I had to pick them up.
Yep.
So, but the one good thing with Goff having an early bye week is that I know for here on out I don't need to worry about quarterback. So it's that, but. Yeah, no, I mean Ants 1-3, I'm 4-0. I do think it will be an interesting matchup just because a lot of my big name producers, or supposed to be big name producers, they're out this week. So it's tough. It's tough right there. But losing Rashee Rice, that hurt a lot.
Oh yeah, any injury in a 14-man lead is gonna sting.
Yeah, especially if it was like Jerome Ford, it's tough, but he's my wide receiver. I mean, he's my running back 3 here and there flex guy. Because if Rashee Rice is healthy, Jerome Ford's not even touching the starting lineup. Yep. So it's just losing that high draft pick of a player, that hurt. That hurt. I mean, not as high as 1-1, but I got him. I got Rashee Rice pretty high in the draft. But yeah, no, I'm interested for this week. Speaking of which, actually, do you want to link up and watch the 1 o'clocks together? Because Miano and Morris are going to the game, unless you're going to the game with them.
No, I'm not. I'm down to chill for it for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I can make my cream cheese salsa and Mexican 3-cheese dip to have during the game. I'll bring it. I'll prep it there and cook it in your oven if I can go there. And we'll I'll have some chips and dips for the 1 o'clocks.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
that'd be cool.
Awesome, dude. I'm amped because I don't want to watch the games alone at my place. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'll definitely, if you're willing to host me, I will definitely get some chips and dips so we can indulge while watching some football.
Oh yeah, should be good.
Awesome.
We'll see. I mean, I'm assuming Morris is gonna do something for Thursday night.
Maybe, yeah. No, he has Drake
London going.
He's in Cali. He's in Cali for work this week.
Oh,
I think he comes back Friday or Saturday morning.
Brutal.
So yeah, it's it's the one.
He's either gonna get 25 or he's gonna get 3, and there's no in between. I wanted to be there in case he got 3.
I respect it.
Those Falcon receivers, man.
Yeah. But anywho, I think that is actually a good stopping point. We've gone over our matchups. We've talked plenty of sports. We're at the 50-minute mark, which is perfect timing under that 1 hour threshold. So yeah, it'll be a good week. I know, Morris has a work trip, so the usual get-together spot is, it's not available this week, but it is what it is.
Yep.
But all right, Tony, I'm looking forward to seeing you Sunday. I'm pretty sure Wolverine and Deadpool is on Disney Plus, so you should watch it this week, so we can talk about it on Sunday as well. I think you'll have a blast watching it. It's a great movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for the cast. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'm sure I'll send you memes tomorrow while I'm at work.
Yep, sounds great. It was great being on.
Of course, thank you, dude. Let's see. When's the next time you're going to be on the show?
Week 7.
I had you for week 8.
Oh, I thought it was
Week 7, I have a TBA. I mean, if you want to do week 7, because I had you week 8, week 9, week 13, and 14. If you want to,
I think I might have got them mixed up. I mean, I believe you.
yeah. I mean, I'll send you a picture of what it is. Let me know if you want to.
Yep.
If you want to swap or add or whatever, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week, Tony. Thank you so much for being on, and I will talk to you very soon.
Sounds great. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, dude. Have a good night.
You too. See ya.
All right, everyone. That's it. I will see you all next week.